The term semantic model might seem complicated and very technical, but it describes actually very well what this thing does. It's giving meaning to your data, semantic, by modeling a real-world business process like sales. To give an example, let's say you have invoice lines. You want to look at, for instance, how many of a particular product was sold by key account. In order to answer that question, you have to take this invoice information and you need to get meaning out of it. You can't just look at customer codes or material numbers. You need to bring in your customer attributes and relate it to the customer code, and bring in your product attributes to relate it to your product material number, for instance. What you're doing in this case is you're actually creating a model of your sales process, and that is giving your invoice data meaning, so that you can be able to get insights about what's happening with your sales process and help people be able to make decisions and take actions using the data that's available. So, in a nutshell, that's what a semantic model is, giving meaning to data by modeling a real-world process. Now, a semantic model can be something that you use for a single report, but typically, a semantic model is a kind of reusable toolbox. You want to think of it as a subset of business logic and data that you can use to answer multiple different kinds of questions or address multiple different kinds of problems. So it's a reusable thing. When you create a semantic model, it's something that lives in your organization that multiple different kinds of people use, but also different kinds of items or artifacts. Multiple reports can connect to and use a semantic model, but you can also connect to it from other tools as well, like Analyze in Excel, from creating an Excel pivot table, for instance, or paginated reports in Fabric, or even notebooks. If someone like a data scientist or an analyst more familiar with code wants to take that data and analyze it in Python or combine it with other things, they can do that as well. So a semantic model is quite important because it's reusable, because it's used by many different things and people. Now, in the next section, what we're going to talk about is where you actually make a semantic model in Power BI using Power BI Desktop or the Power BI service. So I'll see you there.